Hey everyone, thanks for being on the call. My name is Heather Lewis, and tonight's call is one of the first for the new page that we started for leaders. This page, to us, when Jenny and I started it, we just started it, what was it, yesterday? It's not about your rank. To be a part of this page, to be a leader, I don't care what your rank is. That doesn't make you a leader. There are people that will join the business and have to go head first right into, developing to be a leader. So those are the people that are part of this page. This is an open page, meaning that anybody can request to join. You also may bring your teams in too. Okay. I'm going to open this up for just like a second. If anybody was just on that webinar, can you I unmuted the lines real quick. Were any of you guys on the call? On this webinar?
Yes, this is Katie. I was.
Yes. What's you so far?
What?
What do you think so far of this seminar? Like, is it hitting home for you?
I think it's really going to hit home on Thursday.
What's Thursday?
What?
What is Thursday?
Thursday's the second. So, like, the details and the nitty-gritty of putting your plan into action.
Oh, gotcha.
Today was mostly about this is what you need to do to figure out what it is that you want and how to figure out what you want and how to make it a clear picture.
How did you feel? Like, hopefully as you guys were going through it, because I did it, I got out a piece of paper and I wrote down what I really didn't want. And I'm going to be honest with you, I sat there for about 2 minutes because I was like, I was almost trying to lie to myself, but then they kept saying, don't lie to yourself, don't lie to yourself. And so, I kind of got brutal with it and came up with 7 things. Like, how many things did you guys come up with?
I have to flip back to that page. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
I got to
7.
12.
How many did you get?
I had 7.
You had 7 too? Me too. I am liking this a lot because I like the rawness of it. I like that they're real, and that excites me, so I'm liking it. Jenny, how many did you have? Do you have us on mute?
I had
What?
I had 6.
Okay.
Can you hear me now, Heather?
I can hear you now.
I had over a dozen.
Someone had over a dozen?
I had over a dozen.
Nice. This is something I'm going to actually work on seriously this entire month to change the rest of these things that are in here.
And can I add, if anybody missed that, they're going to have a replay, so we'll try to get that for you and put it on the page.
Yeah, we will.
The webinar.
We will. In a part of this page, we want everybody to be active. We want you guys to start making connections, start making new friends. Make sure that you, and if you're bringing your team on, have your team go up into the events to click and join them. The reason that we're putting those up there is because it's like a virtual calendar for you. It's a virtual calendar for you so that you get chimes that reminds you of things that you committed to do. Okay? So I like that a lot. I see that the accountability partner one, a lot of people are, writing underneath what it is that they're looking for and what it is that they want. So you guys just need to make your connections and decide who it is you want to be your accountability partner. And understand when you decide that you want to be an accountability partner, that does not mean that you're just there to blow smoke up somebody's butt. You know, anybody can be like, you're doing a great job. They want to really know what's happening. So give them your honest opinion, because sometimes it just takes a little something different. Let me see. The calls that we're going to be having, those are under the events also. They're called top secret, okay? And part of this, if you are a leader, I don't care if you've done a call before or not. That does not make you a leader. If you would like to do a segment of a call, please message me or Jenny so that we can get you scheduled. We're going to want to know how much time do you want for your segment and what you want to talk about. And when you're thinking about what you want to talk about, think about the things in the business that you have mastered. Like, what are you really good at? And then teach us. I'm looking forward to that. I already have some people that are stepping up, so anybody is welcome to volunteer. So if you guys want to do that, just send me a message or Jenny a message. A couple of rules on this page is, under no circumstances is anybody ever allowed to sell products on this page. If you are a network distributor and you decide that you no longer want to be a distributor and you want to get rid of your products, you may not put them on this page. Okay? And on the honor system, if you decide that you don't want to be a distributor anymore, remove yourself from the page. Do not bring in other network marketing people onto the page either. Okay? The page is a positive place. We want to keep it that way. We're trying to build a positive community. So keep the drama to the minimum. We do realize, obviously, that people have questions and obstacles to overcome. That is not drama. So if you have questions, post it on there. Feel free to answer people's questions. Okay. Those are just some of the tip things. So before I get started on the other part of the call, Jenny, did you have anything else that you wanted to add about the page?
Yes, I do. I've actually spoken to several of you, and I've loved what I've heard so far. You guys have passion, you have drive, and that's exactly what is going to fuel everybody's fire. So if you have something that we don't have on the page, if you have access to information, let us know. Put it out there, because you might know something we don't. Okay, and it's all about leadership. It's all about stepping up, and I understand, you know, not everybody on this page is on your team, but we're one team. And that's why we created the page. It's one team, one mission. And that's all I have.
And to go along with that, when she's saying, like, share, if there's a meeting or something in your area, post it on the page so that other people that are on the page, if they're, you know, somewhere around there and they want to go, they can go. If you see something trickle down from Upline, put it on the page. Like, I don't want you guys to think that we made this page because we feel like we know everything about everything, because we don't, okay? We want leadership too. And hopefully that makes sense to you guys.
I know we have double diamonds on the page. I think we might have a triple. Do we have a triple diamond?
We do. We have a few triple diamonds. There's a few double diamonds. I know there's a lot of diamonds. There's a lot of every rank on there.
And, you know, we personally don't have access to, you know, different files, things like that. If you see something that's going to be beneficial to somebody, you know, a file or even just talking to them, if you have information that they need, please share it, because, you know, we might not have the answer, because we don't, like Heather said, we don't know everything.
Oh, and the other thing, like, I had somebody contact me today saying, hey, I had this going on in my team. Maybe we should do that in here. Absolutely. Like, we want to know what's going on. Like the class that we're a part of tonight comes from, it's not an It Works class, but it's a free class, and I feel like we're going to benefit from it. So anytime you find anything like that, make an event. Put it on there so that people can attend, people can go to it and get the reminders. Like, that's why the events are there, so that you're literally going to get a chime that's like, ding, ding, in an hour, don't forget, this is what's happening. Did you have anything else on the page, Jen?
If I can think of something, I'll let you know. I'm just kind of muted right now because the nephews are here. So.
Okay. I already said about the volunteers. Oh, and this is the other thing. Okay, because these calls are open, you can absolutely invite your team and everything like that. However, because we're going to have different hosts and things like that, some people have never done a call before. So they're going to be nervous. They're going to be scared, okay? And that's to be expected. But at the same time, they're stepping up saying, I'm ready to be a leader. Like, I'm ready. And I want for everybody to just be respectful and mindful of that it could be somebody's first call. So don't, just judge what it is, if their voice is shaky or something like that, because people get nervous. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot to add something. If you have questions while we're on mute, please put them on the page and we'll answer them because I've got the computer up. I'm ready. So if you have questions, just fire away.
Sounds good. And we also have a part on the page that says, what topics would you like to learn about, or what would benefit you in your business? What do you want to learn about on these calls so that we can get as much useful information as possible? So, but I have a few other things written down, but tonight's call for me, that was just like the tidbits of the page. I want to share with you guys my story and my why. And I have been thinking a lot about not doing it because because it is just so raw to me and it's very personal to me. So that's why I've been thinking about not doing it. However, every night I'm going through my process of the things I do before I go to bed, and every night I'm seriously compelled to be like, somebody needs this. And I don't know everybody, so I'm going to share with you my why and some of the obstacles that I've had to go through and where I'm at now. So right now I'm 38 years old. I joined It Works 1.5 years ago. My daughter is 14 years old. When my daughter was 7 years old, I got really sick. And when I mean I got really sick, I stood up from the couch to go get a drink, and my entire body shut down. I fell over and I hit my head. I could not move. I was in so much pain. I had no warning that anything was happening before it happened. But I fell over. And the pain was horrible, horrible, horrible. And if I can explain the pain to you, you take a Charlie horse and put it in half of your body and make that pain not go away. That's what it felt like. And all at once. So I'm in the emergency room going through all this stuff, and I still can't move. And they put me on all this medication, which isn't helping, and I'm getting worse, and which I didn't think I could get worse, but I was getting worse. My immune system had started to take a hit, and every person that was coming around me was making me sick, like really sick. Like if somebody would just come into the room where I was, I would end up getting pneumonia. and I still had no idea what was wrong with me. I had no diagnosis. So 2 months go on with this pain, and finally I go into the doctor because I had an outbreak, and it was on my entire stomach area, the whole right side of it, the whole way around to my back. I had like 10,000 blisters. I had shingles, but I had gotten internal shingles. It wasn't treated, and that's what the pain was for 2 months. And because of the medications that they gave me, because I didn't have the right diagnosis, the whole right side of my body didn't work. I couldn't walk, and I couldn't move. Now, because once they realized that I had shingles, they put me in a comatose state for 8 months. And you know how you think you have friends or family that cares about you, or, you know, if something happens to you, somebody's going to be there? Well, I didn't have that. For 8 months, I laid in a bed, and my 7-year-old daughter took care of me. She got up every day from an alarm. She made herself breakfast. She gave me my medication. She bathed me. She got herself to school. She learned how to read. She did everything for me. Sorry. My parents didn't come to where I was. My brother had lived, you know, close to me, but was too afraid to be around me. Once I started to get better after 8 months, when I went into the doctor, they told me, well, this was before I started getting better. I went into the doctor, they told me that I would never walk again, and that I would be paralyzed for the rest of my life, and then within 3 years I would be dead. I can't tell you how pissed off I was in that moment, because I have a kid, and I'm all she has, and I have to take care of her. I have to provide for her. I don't get child support. I don't have anything. So what is my kid going to do without me? So I had to pack my daughter up, and I sent her on a plane to go back to Pennsylvania to be with her dad. Then I had to call his girlfriend, and I had to tell her that if something happened to me, if something happened to me, that she would remind my daughter who I was. And this was a woman I hated. And she said that she would, and then she became supportive. And I would talk to my daughter on the phone, and I was so sick, and everything was just not right. And she had called me the one day, and then, you know, I'm a mom, and then you try to put that good smiley face on, whatever. And she says to me, "Mom, I know you're sicker than what you're telling me. So I'm going to hang up with you. I'm going to call you back in 5 minutes." I'm like, okay. She hangs up with me, and she calls me back in 5 minutes. And this is what she said. She was like, "Mama, look, I just got done talking to God, and do you know how he said he's not going to give me anything that I can't handle? Well, I told him that it's time for him to make you better because I can't handle not having you. So you can just go ahead and get better now." It was that simple. I was like, my girl, right? Like, she's something. So the next day, I decided that I would stop taking some of this medication that they had me on because I needed to get better. And the more medication I took myself off of, the better I got. Now, at the end of having all this medication, I had gained 200 pounds. And I had to relearn how to walk. Now, put 200 pounds on you and relearn how to walk. It's hard. It's painful. And it's one of the hardest things I've ever done. Now, my dad had always told me that you always take some money, for a nest egg. Like, even if you save $5 a week, you always put something back because you never know what's going to happen. It's like a rainy day fund. Well, my rainy day fund got depleted completely whenever I got sick because I needed medicine and I had to pay hospital bills, and it was ridiculous. So my money went really quick. So now I'm starting to get a little better. I'm trying to relearn how to walk. My daughter's back with me, but we're broke. And when I'm telling you we're broke, I mean we're broke. We don't have nothing. We're broke. But it was going to be okay. So I had to go on welfare, and I did. And I'm one of these people that, even though you need it, I just have like this pride issue, but I didn't have any other choice at that point. So life starts going on. I start getting better. I'm walking better. I've lost 138 pounds of that 200 pounds right now. When It Works came into my life, if you would have told me that my life was going to be so different, I would have never believed you. I took the rest of every single thing I had and I invested in this business. And I mean the last of everything we had. I had zero support. I had every reason in the world to fail. Okay? So is my why strong enough of why I do this business and I give it everything I have? It is, because I don't ever want anybody to ever have to go through what I went through. You should never in your life have to call somebody and tell them to take care of your kid because you're dying. That's an awful feeling. My daughter is a great kid. She should be able to have things because she's good. She should be able to go to college. She should be able to do things, not because she's a good kid. Like, she's smart and she tries hard and she's everything in the world that I could have ever dreamed of. She is, and she deserved the best, and I couldn't give her shit. However, Now It Works is in our life. I put every ounce of my entire being into this business. I work my business every single day with no excuses. I cleared out almost every person that I've ever known in my life that was negative. I rewrote my story. I walk fine. I'm losing weight. My daughter is healthy. I just got a house. I just got a car. It Works has changed my life. Now, when you come at me and you tell me that you can't do something because such and such, such and such, I understand excuses, but I don't accept them. And I don't accept them because I know they're going to stop you. You can't let life stop your business. You can't. What you have your hands on with It Works is golden. You have the opportunity to make people feel better and look better every single day. You have the opportunity to change your entire life if you want it. And I want it. I want it as much as what I want to breathe. And like that training that I just put on this page, when I die, I'm going to die on E. I'm going to die on E because I've gone so hard and I've had so much fun and I've met so many wonderful people. That's how I want to die. I don't want to die hurt, sick, and destroyed and empty. I don't want that. So when you think about your why, you have to be strong enough to change your story. You have to do it. It's hard. It's hard looking in the mirror going, damn, you were the problem. It's hard. But once you do that and your life changes, it will forever change and your legacy starts. Now, I have yet to really wrap my head around the feeling that I feel now because, I've had all these things happening in my life, 38 years of it, and, a pure hell, 7 years of trials and tribulations to get me where I'm at right now so that I can appreciate everything I have. And I'm okay with that. And I will tell you that I would not change one thing in my life that has happened to me. If I could tell you that the spot I'm standing in right this second feels so good, but it feels so different. I haven't wrapped my head around this feeling of feeling good yet. And that, to me, is something I'm working on. So that's my why. And I feel like it's strong enough. I know it's strong enough. When you look at yourself, really think about your why. Because if your why is just money, that's not good enough. It isn't. It has to be so much more than that. Your why needs to rip your soul apart is what it needs to do. It needs to make you cry. And that is really why I didn't want to share my complete story with you guys. When I joined this business, Jenny Glover, which was on the call, she's my best friend in the world. She's all the way out in California, and I'm in Michigan. And we run our business every day nonstop. We will talk 100 times a day. We will text 1,000,000 times a day. And when she's a wonderful accountability partner, by the way, because Lord have mercy, let's just pretend as if for 2 hours you didn't talk about it works. She's going to be like, so I was just really wondering what you were really doing today because you didn't say anything about business for the last 2 hours.
I'm sorry.
And then she says something coy like, I just want to make sure that you're on track too, So when you have an accountability partner, like, you need them to do like what she does for me and what I do for her. Check them, put them in place. Hey, I don't see no posts. But that's my why, guys. And I don't know. Jenny, say something.
I don't even know what I could say to follow that. I've been looking on the page, and you did it to me too because you're evil. You probably made everybody cry.
But I wouldn't say anything that has happened. I really wouldn't because of where I'm at today, However, I would love to tell you that I didn't have a story like that. You know what I mean? Because when you're going through something like that, dude, you don't know if you're going to make it out. You don't know. So this opportunity for me is real. When you see me posting on Facebook that I'm excited, it's because I am. When I get on these calls and I don't miss them, it's because I love what I do. When I go out and I talk to people every day, it's because I want everybody to feel as good as what I do. When I present this opportunity to people, I want it to change their lives. I am no different than anybody. I'm not special, nothing. And I'm doing this. And I'm in 100%, and I'm going, and I'm not going to stop, and I'm going to be a millionaire. And I don't want to have to pay for everybody when I am a millionaire either, so they can just join the team. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, go, Jenny. Say something, because I can't talk right now. Go ahead.
I don't know if any of you knew Heather before you joined this page. Her and I have been friends for about 3 years, I think. Seems like 30, but she was on a weight loss. She had a weight loss goal after a while, and so did I. So we started working together, and this was long before it worked. This was about a year before. And so she created a page called Our Journey, or My Journey. And it was kind of where she would write some stuff and I'd write some stuff. We'd kind of keep each other accountable. And then other people started joining it, and it became about helping others reach their goals. And I think that's where It Works fell right into place whenever she was presented the opportunity, because we were already trying to find different ways to help people get healthy and, not be ill and I don't want to say alkaline our bodies, because we didn't know about any of that. We had no clue about that stuff. But
we see that. I remember looking that on the page.
Huh?
Because it was like somebody was talking about alkaline, being alkaline on the page, and I'm like, okay, what the hell is alkaline?
Exactly. And I think that, it was just perfect timing. Everything happens for a reason. Everybody comes into your life for a reason, and I truly believe that, and I feel that this opportunity was presented for a reason.
And okay, so when we started what was called My Journey, it was really started because I was losing weight, and I was like, remember I had called you, and I'm like, I can't tell. You know what I mean? Because I'm so big, I can't tell. So I thought, well, if I just take some pictures and just post it on here, then maybe I'll be able to track what's happening to me. And then, then you came in, and then it just grew. And then, do you remember when we said, well, damn, if we could just help one person, wouldn't that be awesome?
What were the statistics? Do you remember? It was like by 2035, 80% of the population would be obese.
Yeah.
That was unacceptable. That was completely unacceptable.
And now we go from, I would like to just help one person, to now, when I look at the numbers, our team is in 19 different states. We're pushing almost 200 distributors, and we have 1,385 customers.
That's incredible. That's incredible.
We're like, he just went out one person. So is this journey impressive? Yeah, it is. 19 states. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you this. We have customers in every single state except for 7. That's awesome. We set goals, and please, I have to tell you this. Okay, when I first joined It Works, 3 days in, I go to a meeting, and I had not gotten my kit yet. I'm sitting in the third row. Well, before the meeting, Denise Walsh had come to see me, and I'm like, why on earth would she come to see me? Like, I'm a nobody. Like, it didn't make sense to me. And she said, you're going to do wonderful. And I was like, oh, okay, great. And I'm thinking, she has no idea who I am. Like, I'm going to fail. I'm going to fall right in my face. Well, I go into this meeting, and Carrie Dempsey's standing up there talking, and she's like, everybody thinks that I'm the one who makes money. And she was like, but I would like to show everybody that if you are making 5 figures or more, please stand up. Okay? So in my head, I go 1, 2, 3, comma, 1, 2. I'm like, holy shit, that's $10,000. So now I'm nosing, and I'm in the third row, so I have to turn around because I need to look to see who's making $10,000 a month. I figured some people would be doing it. When I turned around, over half the room was standing up. And that is my aha moment, because I was like, there were men, there were women, they're older, they're younger, they're people from all walks of life, and I was like, these people are no different than me. Why are they making $10,000 and I'm broke? Okay? And I got this fuel, and it hasn't gone out. And my goal has been, since I started, which I thought was like abnormal, I'm like, I'm going to make $10,000 a month. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make $10,000 a month. That's what I'm going to do. And I tell myself that every day. And I am over halfway there. So what if it takes you 2 years? Who cares? Because are you going to make that much money in a job? No, you're not. Has anybody ever tried to pay me that in all my life? No. I used to wait for income tax money because, you get like, I have a kid. So I would get like $4,000 some dollars, and I'd be like a big baller for a month. I'm like, woo, like I'm gonna get this, and yes, we should go to dinner. Okay, this is wonderful. Now I'm like, all right, that's cool, right? So you need, when you are dreaming and you are thinking about this business, Denise told me, she said, you need to dream bigger. And I'm like, I'm so used to dreaming like what my pocketbook holds. How can I dream bigger? Like I can't, like you can, but I'm not allowed to. Bullshit. Dream. And then I'm going to say this. One of my teammates had invited me to their house, and I was going there for like this motivational thing. Well, I didn't have a car, okay? So he had to come and pick me up, and I'm on my way to their house, and we're listening to motivational stuff on the way there, and I'm so excited. Now, we're almost at their house, and I don't know that we're almost at their house, but we come up this gigantic hill, and we get to the top, and I was like, wow, could you imagine having a house and seeing this view every day? And do you know what he did? He stopped the car and was like, look at it. You have to see it in order to achieve it. Look at it. That can be yours. And then, of course, like, I don't even know how much further. It was like right down the road. We pulled into their house, and I'm like, wow, like your house is amazing, right? So when he said to me, you have to see it to achieve it, that's true. So me and my daughter, we will go on rides and find houses that we love. And I actually found one that I am absolutely in love with, and I will own that house. And I have said that I'm going to own the house. Even if it's not for sale, I'm going to own the house because everything is for sale. Okay? Money talks. I'm going to own this house. I was at the park the one day, and this guy comes by, and I really thought that this was his home. And I asked him, and it was. And now this is my dream home that he's living in. And I said, your house, just so you know, I'm going to own that. And do you know what he said? I said, is it for sale? And he said, well, it was up for $3 million. And I said, well, I'm going to own your house. And he said, for you, because you have a dream, I'll give it to you for 1.5. I was like, done. Okay, go, Jenny, say something. Are you there?
Just listening. Yeah, I'm listening.
All right. Did anybody ask questions? Can we say anything?
You have to unmute the line, Heather.
Okay. Sorry. Oh, shoot. Okay. Does anybody have any questions?
Heather.
Hello?
Hi, it's Angie.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I have a couple questions about charting, if that's okay.
Yeah, what's up?
So let's say you have 5 people on your top line, and 2 of them become executive, but your other 3 don't have a 400. Does that still make you executive?
Okay, 2 of them, you have 5 people in your top line. 2 of them are
hypothetically. I'm sorry.
In order to be an executive, you just need to have 2 people on your line, on your top line.
Right, I get that. But now if 2 of those on my top line are both executive, I still remain executive, right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. And so what I'd need actually send 3 people to be all 400 and 1 to be executive to be a Ruby?
In order to be a Ruby, you need to have just 3 lines. One of them needs to be, hold on.
Executive. One line needs to be executive.
And the other 2 need to be
underlegs.
Underlegs, yeah.
Okay. Well, that's
So
just a little goal I have I'm working on. So thanks for clarifying that. But I'm seeing really two potential DTs I have right now that are really going to take off here with their business. So I got to work on hopefully charting eventually.
Whenever you go to sit down to chart, we'll hit on this like real quick. When you sit down to chart with somebody or you have questions, please make sure that that person is charting you and not themselves.
Gotcha.
Okay?
Well, shouldn't I just yeah, gotcha, I think. So, but I need to focus on what's below me for my charting as well.
Right.
But yeah, I think I feel you. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Does anybody else have anything? Jenny, do you have anything?
I'm just waiting to see if there's anybody that pops up with questions. So
There were a few questions that people had asked, but I think we answered them on the page. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and wrap this call up, and I appreciate you guys being on this call. Our calls will always be recorded, so if in fact you do choose to volunteer to do a segment, then you'll be able to use that for a marketing tool for yourself and for your team. And please, if you need anything, just put it on the page, and we would be happy to help you guys. Thank you guys so much for being on the call, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Bye.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thanks.